You know what? They make you put a title, and then the title's not even enough characters. Ready, set, love, interest meeting, link in bio. Yep. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this because Instagram allows you to put a title for your lives, but then it doesn't allow you to put enough characters, and that doesn't work. So start the live. Hey, 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 where you need to be is on Zoom. This is the Ready, Set, Love, Interest meeting, Costa Rica 2024. So you need to be on Zoom, link in bio to register. And let me pin this. And here we go. I am so much better than I was last week. I still do have a cough, and it's been, I don't even know like how many days, like 10 days, 11 days. So I'm still going to do a little cough, but it's going to be nothing like how it was last week, so we can get through this. And I added more slides, more information to the presentation so that there's even more clarity, and I'll have more time to say questions. I can act, not more time, I shouldn't say that. I will have the capacity to take questions this time around. Again, I still do have a little bit of a cough, so you'll hear a little something, but shout out to those who have returned the second time around. Thank you for giving me a second chance so that I can present this trip to y'all. If you have a friend who you think could benefit from attending Ready, Set, Love 2024 Costa Rica, then please invite them. Go ahead and send them the link. If you are on Instagram land, you were in the wrong place. Go ahead and click the link in my bio so that you can join us in the Ready, Set, Love, Interest meeting, where we are talking about Costa Rica. We're talking all the details, everything that you need to know. Before you ask, yes, this Zoom will be recorded, and as soon as it's available, it takes, like, how Zoom is, if you're not familiar, is as long as the meeting is how long the recording takes. So if the meeting should be like 40 minutes, so it'll take 40 minutes to process, and then I'll put it in my link, and I'll email it out, and I'll text it out. So if you have to be in and out, no worries. If you have a friend who can't join live, no worries. They'll have the information nonetheless. I got people asking me questions. My friend wants to know. Tell her. Now I was going to say tell him, but there's no him. Tell her to join this or watch it. All of your questions will be answered. Again, good evening. I am so excited that I can actually talk. My name is Alison, certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily, not exclusively, but primarily work with single women to help them find the partners that they deserve. And so I have just finished hosting our inaugural, our first Ready, Set, Love retreat, which was in Montego Bay, Jamaica. It was amazing. It was so much fun. The ladies met each other. They enjoyed each other's company. They've become lifelong friends. I have somebody who was on the trip, Felicia. She's in the building. She's already signed up to come to Costa Rica, so you know what it is. And she can chime in. You guys can talk to her about how the trip was to get the real bee's knees. But nonetheless, there's a reason why she signed up again. Nonetheless, there's a reason why she's on the Zoom right now. So we already know. All right. Let us jump into the presentation, and I will very happily take any and all questions that you guys have. I did ask the last time that if you can unmute to ask your question. I'm still going to ask that because I don't have it all together, but there you go. I don't have it all together, but it's still way better than it was last week. So if you absolutely can't unmute, you could go ahead and drop your question in the box. Again, if you were on Instagram land, you were in the wrong place. You need to be on Zoom so that you could be a part of the Ready, Set, Love Costa Rica 2024 interest meeting. All you have to do is click the link in my bio. You're going to see the last of the 4 links will be interest meeting. Click on that, register. It's free. It's Zoom. And then you can see the slides and you can ask all of the questions that you need to ask. Okay, so how do I minimize that? All right, I hope that y'all can still see this. Somebody on mute. Somebody tell me, yeah, I can see it. Am I sharing? No, I'm not sharing. So how can you see it? Share. Screen share. There we go. Now we're in the building. Now, can somebody give me a thumbs up or unmute? Yes, I can see type thing.
Yes, ma'am. We can see.
We can see.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all are always the best. Y'all are the best. All right, y'all. So Ready, Set, Love. We are ready to get into the committed relationships that we desire or deepen the current relationships that you are in through coaching with me on this trip, Ready, Set, Love, our second retreat, which will be in Costa Rica, April 20th through the 24th, 2024. Let us start your transformation today. So who am I? If you are new to me, or maybe a friend sent you this and you're like, who is this lady and why are we going on her trip? My name is Alison, also known as Align with Alison. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach who has helped over 160 clients, mostly women, be found by the partners that they deserve. Not exclusively though, because as you guys saw on Thursday, I was at a client's wedding and the client was the groom. So there are good guys who want marriage, who want family, who want stability, who want love, who's out there, okay? But this trip is for women only, okay? So why do I do what I do? So my goal is to help women to get in healthy, happy relationships that lead to healthy, happy, lifelong marriages so that they can build a solid institution with family, with children, so that they can have an impact on society. We're done. Right? Like the amount of impact that we gonna have 30s, 40s, 50s, you know what I'm saying? So it's when Whitney Houston says that the children are the future, they really are. And so the work that I do is kind of like backwards planning. So if anyone's ever been in education or any institution that teaches backwards planning, it's I want to have an impact on society. Who's going to have the biggest impact? Children. How can I help children the most? Which you guys know that I was in education for 15 years. You know, I love the kids. Marty, I love the kids. Allie, I love the kids. So I want to have an impact on society. So I'm going to work on the children because they're going to have the biggest impact. How can I help children? By making families solid, loving, affectionate, supportive, financially sound, right? So that's the backwards planning. So y'all think it's about y'all. It ain't about y'all. It's about the babies. It's about society. So if I want to make a shift and I want to have an impact, then that is how I've gotten to where I am right now. Okay. So y'all think it's about y'all. Y'all think it's about the engagement. You think it's about the wedding. It is by default. For me, that is a necessity, a necessary step in order for us to get to the end goal, which is having an impact in our communities. Okay. And these are just some of the very few weddings and engagements of my clients that I've gotten through with my coaching program. And I bring elements of that program onto the trip, okay? So who is this trip for? Who is the Ready, Set, Love retreat for? It's for single women and committed women who want to be in a healthy, happy relationship and marriage, okay? So for my single ladies who want to be in a healthy, happy relationship that then I guess graduates, right? Doesn't conclude, but it graduates to a healthy, happy marriage. This trip is for you. If you are in a committed relationship, however, you recognize that there is work that needs to be done on yourself and how that can impact your partner, then this is the trip for you. So it's for both single and committed women who want to be in a healthy, happy relationship and want to be in a healthy, happy marriage. Okay. Why should you attend this trip? Why should you attend? So you should go because you should want to be in the relationship that you deserve, and because I want you to be in the relationship that you deserve. So if you are single, you're not in any relationship, and if there is lots of room for growth in your current relationship, then that is why you should attend this retreat. Not only is it an opportunity to allow me to be your coach so I can teach you how to navigate dating and relationships in a healthy and effective way, but also that you have the opportunity to reset, to rejuvenate, and to re-enter life and re-enter the world with a refreshed brain, mind, and heart, okay? So what's included in the Ready, Set, Love Retreat Costa Rica? So number one will be your daily transformational masterclasses. So for every morning that we are there, we are going to arrive on a Saturday afternoon. We actually start with class at the end of that day. And then every day that we have a daily, at least one, there's one day that we have two, Sunday, at least one daily transformational classes. What are we covering in the transformational classes? Number one, we do have an opportunity for the singles only. So a class that's focused on those who are absolutely single. We're going to have yoga so that you can refocus your energy. We're going to have Bible study for my Christian ladies, who's going to be hosted by one of our amazing attendees. I'm going to say former, but she's not former because she's coming back. So there are opportunities for you to lean into your feminine energy. We have the Fierce Feminine Forum, which was the favorite class in Jamaica The favorite class, that was my favorite too. I can tell, like we were just vibing. That class is coming back to Costa Rica. So you have daily transformational master classes, which is the purpose of a retreat, right? On top of, everyone will receive a 20-minute private session with me. We are staying in a luxurious villa. Now, if you know me, if you don't know me, now you know. If you know me, you know that everything I do is top notch. I don't do anything cheap. I don't do anything low class. That's not how I roll, right? So I'll show you photos of the villa, but of course, we're going to be staying in a luxurious villa accommodation. We are going to have a private chef 3 meals a day. Why? Because I don't want to have to worry about getting food. So we're bringing the food to us, private chef 3 meals a day. There will be a pool party that's in the pool that is on the compound. That's what they call it. They call it a compound, child. It's 2 houses, right? It also includes round trip airport transportation. That means that there will be a vehicle that will pick us up from the airport, bring us to the villa and back. It will include 2 excursions and a swag bag. So that is everything that is included in the retreat. Number 1 will be your transformational master classes. That is why you're going. You are going to be coached by me. And I'm not trying to be boastful. I'm just telling you the truth. I have the receipts that prove that I can help you to get into that committed relationship. I can help you to heal, and I can help you to improve your current relationship. So the master classes are number 1. The private sessions for each person is number 2. The accommodations, private chef, pool party is number 3. And then the excursions, because we're there to have fun. This is edutainment. It starts with education, 2 hours a day, every day, education. And then it's the entertainment. Now, what I've been doing that's probably problematic is that on Instagram, I've been highlighting all of the attainment and not as much as the edu, but it starts with education, and then the rest of the day, some time for yourself, some time as a larger group would be the excursions, and everybody needs a swag bag. You always have to have your swag bag. And I hope y'all saw in my stories, the bathing suits, the notebook, the feathered pen, all of those things, and the VIP boxes were top notch, but all of those things that were meticulously put together so that you guys could feel appreciated. There was someone, I have this clip and I'm going to post it. Someone, when we unveiled the VIP box, and I have it on video. Actually, I hope I have it on video. She said, I don't know the last time I opened up a gift. And especially for my moms, that is like a repeat occurrence. If you are a single woman or you're with a man who's not necessarily the best gift giver, especially if you're a mom, you don't remember the last time you received a gift. So the literal unwrapping of the gift was fulfilling in itself. And that really meant a lot to me. So the swag bags are going to be on 100,000. Okay. So what is the itinerary? What are we doing? So on our first day, which is the Saturday, April the 20th, we're going to arrive at Juan Santa Maria Airport. There are 3 airports, I think, in Costa Rica. That is the airport you need to fly into. That is the airport you need to fly into. Okay, so you're going to arrive. Now, the only thing that's not included, I should have said this, what's not included is your airfare. And that's because I cannot anticipate what everyone's airfare would be depending on where they're coming from across the country and even maybe around the world. I had people that came to Jamaica that were from Philly, Seattle, Sacramento, I'm going down the West Coast, Oakland, Atlanta, New York, New Jersey. I know I'm Texas, 2 folks from Texas. So I say all that to say that the flight obviously is going to be different depending on where you are and where you book and where you want to sit. And so guess what? That is the only thing you are responsible for, that and your bags, right? And so that's why that's not included. So you need to fly into Juan Santa Maria Airport. You're going to fly in. We're going to have our welcome mixer at 5 p.m. That's where we're going to play a little game, get to know each other. You're going to receive your swag bags. It's going to be hugs. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be bonding. And then we're going to end that night with the all-white Ask Alison dinner. So when I said that the instruction starts from the first night, it starts from the first night. So very simply, or very similarly to when we go on Instagram and you guys submit your questions in advance, that's the same thing that we're going to do at the all-white Ask Alison dinner. We're all sitting together, eating together, and you are going to ask your questions. And that is what is going to fuel our first session, which will be a little bit more informal. And then as we go through the days, it'll be more formal notes, workbook, worksheets, things of that nature. Okay, so the all-white dinner, which again will be hosted in our villa by the private chef and myself. Okay. On Sunday, we open up Sunday with yoga at 8 a.m., which will also be at the facility, at the compound, at the villa, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's going to be 8 a.m. yoga. And then we're moving on to Pray Bay. So Pray Bay is something that is new that we introduced for this retreat. We did not do it in Jamaica. One of, I would say, my favorite attendees, Liz, who was there in Jamaica, she shared with me that she actually hosts why am I losing this word? Devotionals and all that kind of stuff personally. And then she wanted to be a part of the next retreat to do the same. So that's what we'll be doing with Pray Bays on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Then I will be starting my 20-minute sessions with you guys from 11:30 to 6 p.m. on Sunday. So that's me. I'm going to be working all that time, not you. Y'all going to be free. We'll have a schedule in advance. You'll know when your slot is. And then that'll be the VIP dinner. And we'll get to who's VIP, how do you get down with VIP, all that kind of stuff. So basically, after prayer bays on Sunday, you have your 20-minute one-on-one session, and then you will be free for the day to relax, to kick it, to be by the pool that's at the villa, to travel out, to do whatever the heck you want to do. So that's Sunday, okay? Monday. So Monday, we'll start with the Fierce Feminine Forum. As I mentioned, that was the most popular and my favorite class as well that we did in Jamaica. We'll be bringing it back. And this time it's going to be double time. So it's going to be from 9 to 11, from 9 to 11 a.m. Then we have excursion number 1. There are a couple of different excursions that I'm looking at. That detail hasn't been ironed out yet. I'm looking at ATVs versus a sunset horseback ride versus. So excursion number 1 will be around 12 until I have that specifics. We just have to block out that time. Then I will be continuing my work of private sessions from 6 to 8. Obviously, you guys aren't locked in for the whole time. And then I will be working the VIP 1-hour sessions. Okay, so again, Fierce Feminine Forum from 9 to 11, our excursion around 12 until, and then the rest of you will be free while I continue to work with each of you on a one-to-one basis. So again, this is a retreat. Edutainment. We do the education on the top. We have the entertainment at the bottom with free time to yourself to reflect as well. Okay. Wednesday's itinerary is the day that we leave. So there'll be a final breakfast. Now, one thing I will tell you that I learned in Jamaica is that because the flights are different, I don't know if that final breakfast will be a sit down, but breakfast will be available. And then the transportation will come around to pick up those according to their flight time to fly back out. So that is a rough draft, but amazing, of our itinerary thus far. And I will say it is subject to change, but that is the outline. I am now looking on Instagram, and I appreciate all of y'all looking at me on Instagram. However, I want you on Zoom. I want you to be able to see the slides. I want you to be able to ask your questions. So leave me right now, go to the link in my bio, tap the 4th link. So click the link, and then it's the 4th one. And it says Ready, Set, Love Interest Meeting Costa Rica 2024. It is a Zoom link. It is a Zoom meeting. It is free. Register and join us so you can see the slides and so you can ask all the questions that you desire. Okay. Again, this trip is for women only. I've already had a guy inquire. So where are we staying? Okay. So we talked about the education. Where are we staying? So we are staying at a tropical escape, which consists of 2 homes on a 10,000 square foot compound in downtown. I want to say Heco, because I think J is H in Spanish, forgive me, which is steps from the beach. So remember, we talked about that you would have a lot of that time on your own, that you could venture off on your own or with your roommate or with friends that you've made. I'm telling you, the ladies love each other in Jamaica. We will love each other again. So you will have that opportunity for culture downtown on your own if you like. For the beach, we can make it a thing. But this is where we're staying. These are actual photos of the space. And let's see if this link works, because I just put this in for this one. I hope this works. And then I figured out how to make it big. I'm going to make this, y'all. Last time when we met, I made this very long because I was using it as a way for me to rest my breath, give myself breath again and to rest my voice, but I don't need that right now. So this is where we are staying. I have court basketball court, right? Pool, jacuzzi. Look how lush, green, and beautiful this is, right? These are some of the rooms that we'll be staying in. Will we have the fire dancer? If you know me, you know the answer to that. So pool, space for all of us to eat. I mean, it doesn't end. It does not end. And this is so Instagrammable. So for my content creators, for those who love to take photos, and you already know we're going to have a photographer on deck like we did in Jamaica. I saw the photos. I mean, they were so crisp. I was so happy. Y'all still posting it. Like, hello, I love it. You know, a photographer will be on deck and some reviews that they have. I mean, y'all know how I roll. Outdoor showers. Y'all know how I roll. I'm not, come on now. Come on now. They got 73 photos. We ain't doing 73. Let me get to some of the rooms. Look at this. Look at this. All right, let's show y'all some of the bedrooms. They spent so much effort on that outside. It's so beautiful. All right, let me go a little faster. All right, that's actually the entry to one of the rooms from outside. This is the entry to one of the rooms. That's my baby screaming, don't mind, huh? Okay, so, oh, here we go. Here are some of the rooms so you guys can see where you will be staying if you so choose. And we could also talk about room selection. We could talk about beds. We could talk about all that stuff. I just want to show you guys very quickly some of the rooms and stuff. Okay, so, excuse me. Oh, goodness, how I get back. Okay, yep. So there you have it. Okay, I see some comments that are coming up in the chat, and I hope that you guys are impressed because I sure am. I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning choosing a place for us because y'all know that's how I roll. Okay, so now it's time to talk about your package. What package you're going to choose, what package is best for you. So, of course, we're starting with the returners. The returners are the people who went to Jamaica. If you went to Jamaica, obviously, I have to give you the biggest and best hookup because you are coming back for more. You recognize the value, and I appreciate you. So, the returners, if you are coming back from Jamaica, one of the 14 people who are out there, and you want to stay single occupancy, it is 5 payments of $760. If you want the entire room to yourself, 5 payments of $760. If you would like double occupancy, so you're either bringing a friend or you made friends with the 14 people who were on the trip, then you are going to choose double occupancy, 5 payments of $540 per person. Per person. All right. So my returners, those who were in Jamaica, go with double occupancy. You ain't need your own room. What you need your own room for? You done made friends, or bring a friend, okay? And tell them, yo, Jamaica was lit. This is where you need to be to learn and have fun and be refreshed. So the next package you can choose from, so this is for everyone else, those who are not returners, everyone else would be the early bird special. The early bird special requires that your deposit is paid by November the 1st. Early bird, November the 1st, okay? So if it's single occupancy, you must have your own room. Like, that's just a must for you. It's 5 payments of $800. 5 payments of $800, okay? If you are early bird, putting down your deposit by November the 1st and choose double occupancy, it's 5 payments of $580 per person. 5 payments of $580 per person, okay? The early bird double occupancy is a steal. The early bird double occupancy is a steal. If I were any of you, of the returners, you got a super steal. But if I were any of you, if you're not a returner and you are interested in going on this trip, you need to do double occupancy, 5 payments of $580, with your first payment of the 5 being $580 due on the 1st. Today's the 15th. You got paid today, or you got paid Friday, or you getting paid on Monday. Then you have another check that should be coming in if you worked every 2 weeks and get paid either on the 31st of the 1st, $580. Now you might be thinking, well, I don't have anybody to bring with me. I am telling you, you are going to make friends on this trip. Let me pair you if that's what you need. If you absolutely cannot bring a friend, you absolutely cannot find somebody who is either single and needs help or is in a relationship that needs some help, which I cannot imagine how you can't find them. But if you can't, a woman, if you can't, then I will pair you double occupancy, 5 payments of $580, with your deposit being due on the 1st. Each person's deposit being due on the 1st. That is the steal of all steals. That's what you need. That's what you need to sign up for. That's what you need in your life. Okay. Now, if you just absolutely cannot make that first payment on the 1st, by the way, I accept debit card, credit card, Zelle, Afterpay. But if you absolutely cannot make that first payment of the 5 on the 1st, then we're going to standard pricing, which is due by the 15th. And I'm going to show you the breakdown of the payments. Okay. Then we can go to standard. It would be 5 payments of $840 per person for the single occupancy. You're the only one who's in your room. Or double occupancy, 2 people, 2 beds, 1 room, 5 payments of $620 per person. Okay. So that is the breakdown. We have our returners, first payment due by the 15th of November. Early bird, both single and double, first payment due by the 1st of November. Standard, first payment due by November the 15th. Okay, and I'm going to show you that graphic next. Or no, VIP, and then that graphic is next. So you can also consider adding on the VIP experience. So what does the VIP experience look like? Number 1, if you are not a client of mine, so when we went to Jamaica, half of the people there were already a part of my coaching program and the other half weren't. So if you have not been through my coaching program already, and I actually have 3, I normally only promote 1 because the one that is the shiniest with the rings, the partner you deserve. But I have 3 programs: Marriage Maintenance 101, Partner You Deserve, and Boot Up. Okay, it's $2,000 off of the coaching program of your choice. So an $800 VIP ticket gives you $2,000 off of the coaching program. So if you were already thinking of working with me for your coaching program, it behooves you to do the VIP experience, because then you're going to get $2,000 off your coaching program. Like, this is a no-brainer if you were going to join me in the coaching program anyway. Okay. Or if you're thinking about it, right? Number 2, the VIP experience also gives you a 1-hour session. So everyone who goes on the trip gets a 20-minute. Everyone who's a part of the VIP experience gets an hour session. Number 3, the VIP experience for $800 also gives you a VIP dinner with me exclusively, right? And we can talk and share and laugh and dance and have all the fun that we want. We did a VIP, I called it a party, it's more like a gathering. We played games. It was so much fun in Jamaica. And then this, I think, is the kicker. And for anybody who's a Housewives fan, the VIP experience for $800 also gets you first choice of the bedrooms in the villa. I am only selling 3 VIP experience tickets. So if you want to get your pickings of the rooms in the villa, that is for you. Okay. And that's also in the order in which you make payment. So the first person who purchases their VIP ticket as an add-on will get their first choice, second choice, third choice. And then for everyone else, I have another method as to how I choose rooms. Okay. So again, I would highly recommend adding on that VIP experience, which is due in full by November the 30th. When you go to the checkout page, which we'll go through, you will see that you can add it on if you so choose, or you can do your deposit and come back around and add it as a separate entity once it's paid by the 30th. And I didn't add this as well. You're going to get a VIP box. For those who got their VIP box in Jamaica, the box was amazing, of treats that were worth way more than the VIP ticket. I can tell you that. I took a loss. I don't mind. Okay. Now let's talk about something that's super important. The due dates. These due dates are strong due dates. Okay. So first payment, depending on, again, single, double, returner, early bird, standard, your first payment is due on or before November the 15th. Early bird, you're due by the 1st. Early birds due by the 1st. Early birds due by the 1st of November. For returners or for my standards, it is by November the 15th, not the 16th, not the 17th. And I'll tell you this, and I'll exclaim it because I'm a believer, right? I am confident that there will be no slots by the 15th. So it's in your best interest to do this. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I am confident there will not be many slots after the 15th. I'm sure there's some folks who are going to wait till absolutely the last minute, or when they get paid on the 15th. So it behooves you. Again, today is the 15th of October. That gives you a month. That's like 2 paychecks. It behooves you to get in. I highly recommend before the 1st, so you can get the early bird double occupancy. Okay. Payment number 2 is due by December the 15th. Payment 3 by January the 15th. Payment 4 by February the 15th. Payment 5, and your final payment is due March the 15th. So it's once a month for 5 months, with that deposit being your first payment. So it's not a deposit and then 5. It is 5. Got it? So your deposit is your first payment. early bird by the 1st, standard or returner by the 15th of November, then it's the 15th every month thereafter. So that also means for my early birds, you now will have a 6-week break before your next payment, which will better prepare you for Christmas, because note that that second payment is due in December, a week before Christmas. So it also, another reason that it would behoove you to do early bird is that it will give you a big set of time before you have to start thinking about those gifts for the kids and mommy and all that kind of good stuff. Okay. Then again, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th payment due on the 15th, on or before. How does it work? I am going to send you an invoice. You are going to pay it. I'm not doing automatic payments. I'm not drafting from your account. I'm not pulling from your account. I'm going to send you the link a week before it's due. You make the payment. I'll send a reminder. I'm not chasing after anybody. Let's talk about something else that's super important. And I say this lovingly, and I don't say this with any disrespect, but I mean it to my heart of my hearts. It's recorded here. It's recorded there. It's recorded everywhere. There are no refunds, period. Not no refunds for your deposit. There are no refunds, period. Not for payment 1, payment 2, payment 3, payment 4, payment 5. And I'll tell you why. It is not in an effort to steal from you. I don't want your $540. Believe you me. It is simply because I take your money and I pay people in Costa Rica. People in Costa Rica are not paying me back. And so I am not taking a loss to pay you back because you have decided that you want to do something else. It is what it is. So when you guys pay me, I'm paying the villa in Costa Rica. When you guys pay me, I'm paying the chef. When you guys pay me, I'm paying excursions. When you guys pay me, I'm paying the people who's doing your gift boxes. When you guys pay me, I'm paying the yoga instructor. When you guys pay me, y'all get what I'm saying? So them people in Costa Rica not paying me back. So I'm not taking money out of my pocket. And I'm saying this so aggressively because you would think, damn, Alison, you're supposed to be selling us this. I'm telling you because I'm a forthcoming, honest person. Anyone and everyone who knows me knows that I am. And I don't want any confusion. I don't want anyone to try to blast me because all I'm going to do is cut this and put this on Instagram and tag them to say I done told y'all this and y'all ain't listen. That's your business. And I say that with love. I'll be transparent with y'all. For Jamaica, there were people who received refunds that shouldn't have. That was beyond my control, which is why I'm running this entire ship this time. And I came out of pocket $1,200 because of that. That's not happening again, ever again. There are absolutely no refunds whatsoever for any circumstance. All right, let's move on. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for your attention. And I will take questions. I will take questions at this time. If you are on Instagram land, I would prefer if you could join me in Zoom. I'm going to open up the chat now. I'm actually going to mute and cough. Instagram, you're going to hear that cough and you're going to be all right. I'm just thankful that I got through. And so let me see if there are any questions that are in the chat and any questions that folks want to unmute themselves. Let me open this up here. How do I show everybody? Okay. Oh, yeah, unmute yourself because this is a lot of work. Usually my VA is here. Let me start with the chat. Hey, ladies, I just came back from Ready, Set, Love, Jamaica, and it was everything. Feel free to ask me questions. That is Felicia Montgomery. So feel free to send her messages on the side. My main girl, my favorite Cali girl in the world, Chelsea, is here. She wasn't. Are you sipping from your cup? Let me see. Let me see. Yes, sipping from her cup from Jamaica. So send her some side messages if you have questions, because again, I'm the person who's hosting the trip, but you want to hear from someone who's actually there, and I get it. Trust me. Okay. And Liz is here with the cup. I made that, y'all. I made that. It was me. I made it. Okay. I'm going through. Is there an age requirement for the retreat? That is a good question. There is no age requirement over 18. However, I will tell you that the range of ages were between, I don't know, I think Chelsea might have been the youngest. No, who was younger than you, Chelsea?
Indigo.
Oh, Indigo. So
she's 33. I'm 34.
I'm gonna go a little bit before. I'm gonna say the youngest was around 29. I think the oldest was 44. Okay, so that was the range of the trip, but that doesn't mean if you are younger than that or older than that, that you cannot attend. It is for anyone who is serious about getting into a committed relationship or showing up as a better version of themselves in their current one. Okay, Nikki Nicole says, anyone who wants to do the travel buddy roomie, please let me know. I'm on Instagram. And she gave her Instagram. I don't want to say it out loud because I'm also on Instagram, and just in case I'm, so holla at Nikki, okay? Okay, so are there any questions? Anything? Let me stop sharing. I think that way I'll be able to see the whole block of everybody who's on here. Nothing? Nothing at all?
When you have such a deck with all the information, you don't leave questions for us.
You're right. When I can actually talk and explain, right? That goes a long way too. It was so, all right, story time. If I was a person who cried, if I was a crier, I would have been in full-blown tears on Thursday. I've never used this word to describe an experience in my life. In my 37 years, I was mortified. It was so bad. The presentation was so bad. And I just pushed through like an animal. And I'm sure people were thinking like, girl, just end it. Like, it's okay. I couldn't, because I said I was going to come on and I said I was going to explain everything, and the payments are due relatively soon. So if I delay this, I'm now delaying people's opportunity to go, and I couldn't do that. So I'm really glad that I am so much better than I was before. Oh, somebody had a question I saw. Is airfare is on the person? Yes, Carla. So the only thing that you are paying for out of your pocket would be your airfare, your flight, because again, people are coming from everywhere across the country. So I can't anticipate that to include that in the package. So your airfare is going to be separate. Of course, all the nice little outfits that you choose to buy is going to be separate. Your luggage fees are going to be separate. If you choose to tip, you can choose to do that. I mean, I told them that they had to tip, and then I kind of just did most of them. But yes, so some money in your pocket, but your accommodations, your food, the excursions, the classes, and the transformation to and from the airport are all covered in your fees. So your airfare, your luggage fees, and your pocket money. That's what you need. Airfare, luggage fees, pocket money. If you decide to do anything outside of the trip, so you saw that education ends around 11, and then I have my sessions throughout the day, there'll be a schedule. Excuse me. If you decide that you say that you want to get up and go to some place that you research and want to grab a friend or grab somebody from the house, then that would be obviously be on you. But everything that's in the package, you're really covered. You don't need to do anything else. We have a pool. We're steps away from the beach. Good question, Carla. Passport. So someone asked on the last live, do they need a or on the last Zoom, do they need a passport? Yes. So Costa Rica is in Central America. It's a different country than ours in the US if you're here from the US. So you absolutely need a passport. Now, I learned this from someone who took a major loss, not in Jamaica, another trip. Your passport has to be valid 6 months after your return date. So you're going to Costa Rica April 20th through the 24th of 2024. Your passport cannot expire May 1st. So make sure that your passport is expiring after October of 2024. Your passport has to expire or has to be valid through 6 months after your return date, which is stupid because if it expires the date, it should just expire that day, but it doesn't work like that. 6 months after. So you absolutely need a passport. It has to be valid. And you got to make sure that you have at least 6 months after your last date. What are the dates? I'm really interested. I want to make sure that doesn't interfere with school or class. So the dates are April 20th through the 24th. I think it's the weekend before Easter. And it's during, if you're in New York City, it's during the Department of Education spring break, and a lot of the kids' spring break because it's so close to Easter. April 20th through the 24th, 2024 in Costa Rica. What do you discuss in the 20-minute sessions? Good question, Tracy. Anything that you want to discuss around dating and relationships. It's all about you. You tell me. It's our private time together. It's our session time together. You take the lead. Alison, can you help me deal with anger? Alison, can you look at my dating apps and tell what I need to change? Alison, can you tell me what I need to do to communicate better? You tell me what the problem is, and we're going to talk through it during your session. If you do the 20-minute session is if you're, regular, quote unquote, standard, or the hour-long session if you choose the VIP package. Excellent question, Tracy. Okay. All right, lovely ladies. So I'm going to take this quick second. Let me share again before I do this. And I'm going to show you the website of how you book Share screen. No. Y'all know that. Oh, here we go. Tap right in the middle. Okay, share screen. And then I'm gonna back out of this. The link is in my bio. The link is if you DM me or comment the word Costa Rica on Instagram, you're gonna get the link. So the link is in my bio. You can DM me or comment the word Costa Rica anywhere on my Instagram page and you'll get the link. And you can go to bookalison.com/Costa Rica, right? Okay, so this is what the booking page looks like. When you go to the link in my bio or just comment or DM the word Costa Rica, book Alison, ALISON.com/Costa Rica. And this is the page. The retreat package is exactly what we discussed. The returners and everything that you get. The early bird, everything you get, same thing, standard, everything that you get, but it just different packages depending on pricing, depending on what you choose. So my returners, the same pricing, same everything. You would click this button to get your single occupancy. Returners, you click this button, returners, for double occupancy. Early bird, you single occupancy me, double occupancy me. Single, double, right? You can also add your VIP separately later if you like, or you can add it on when you choose your package, which I'll show you in a second. Has all the due dates there again. And then remember, after you pay your deposit using the link, I'm then going to send you an invoice 1 week prior to the due date. It needs to be paid by the due date. It needs to be paid by the due date. All right. Accept credit cards, Afterpay, whatever you need, but it needs to be paid because I got to pay the people. Okay. And then we have some reviews. And again, if you want to learn more information, this leads you to this recording. It'd be you listening to the same Zoom again in a couple hours when I get it up. Let me show you. Let's say you listen to me. Let's say you listen to me. You're an early bird and you have a friend, or you need me to pair you with someone who's on the trip. You're going to go to the early bird column. You're going to go to double occupancy me, click on it. And then the checkout page is going to load. That shows your deposit, $580 if you do early bird double occupancy, right? It says deposit due by 11/1. That's the early bird. This is a per person rate. There are no refunds. Right? So you can put your card information, your name, all that stuff. You click pay and you have now paid your deposit. Then after that, which would be the 15th of every month thereafter, I would then send you the invoice a week out or the link to make your payment. That looks just like this. It will say payment 2, payment 3, payment 4, payment 5, and you'd make your payment just that way. Okay. If you need Afterpay, you send me a message on the side. If you were interested in adding the VIP experience, you would click add to order. It would create the total. You would make that payment, or as I mentioned before, you can always go back, not always, up until November the 30th, because I need to order things. You can always go back later on by the 30th, go back to bookalison.com/Costa Rica, or go to the link in my bio, or DM me or comment the word Costa Rica, and then you can add the VIP experience separately. Again, there are only 3 VIP tickets available. To me, the biggest takeaways are if you are interested in joining my coaching program, you get $2,000 off. That means this $800 for $2,000 is a joke. And you get first choice of the bedrooms in the villa. So that means the first person to get their VIP ticket gets first choice, second, third. And then I have my own method on how to pair people and put them in rooms thereafter. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Double occupancy. Let's do single occupancy. You click it. The checkout page loads up. Deposit, the due date, the amount. If you want to add the VIP experience there, you put your credit card in, debit card. If you need Zelle, send me a message on the side. If you need Afterpay, send me a message on the side. I'll send you a separate invoice. But this is for debit credit, which is what most people use. Okay. All right, beautiful people. So I'm bringing it back to y'all. Let me stop share, I think. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I'll just keep sharing. Why not? I'm bringing it back to y'all. And let me see. Technology is really not my friend. I just want to stop. Where just stop? Oh, haha, the big red button. Here we go. Now the box is big. Okay, folks. So what if you've already taken a masterclass for the VIP package? Yes. So remember, I don't know if remember if you weren't here. So I have 2 other coaching programs, which is Marriage Maintenance 101. That's for those who are in committed relationships. That's a 6-week program. Or if you're heartbroken, which is not your case, then I have Break Up to Boot Up. So I have 3 different coaching packages. The only one, my favorite one, I'll be honest, it's my favorite one. My favorite one is the one that I advertise. But when I do consultations, if someone is heartbroken, I recommend Break Up to Boot Up. If they're already in a committed relationship and they need some help on working on themselves, not couples, I don't like couples, then we do marriage maintenance. So if you've already done Partner You Deserve, which you have, then it would be $2,000 off. Break Up to Boot Up, not your issue. Marriage maintenance, you may choose. Or if it doesn't work for you, that's fine. But the other 3 plus the goodie box is worth, to me, the $800 on its own. Good question. Will this be a collaboration with other speakers or coaches? So the yoga instructor would be someone else who's separate from me. And then one of the classes will be held by someone else. Yes. So that is the only, those are the only collaborations, yoga instructor, and then our devotional class, which will be taught on Sunday, prayer base, is not me. Okay. That's a good question. Hi, everyone. I'm Liz. I was on the Jamaica retreat. I came back pouring into my relationship from what I learned and made some wonderful friends on this trip. Feel free to reach out on IG with any questions and then her name. So go ahead. Okay. And then for someone asked privately about 2025. It's so funny. I was actually talking to my sisters about 2025. I have some ideas of some cities that are amazing. So but let me get through this first. I am confident that when we're in Costa Rica, I will have the announcement, just like I did for Jamaica for Costa Rica. When we're in Costa Rica, I will announce 2025. I will tell you the intention is that we're going to go every April. We will be going every April. So April of every year is my intention. The only reason, story time if you care, the only reason why these 2 trips were so close together is because I was told by someone who does retreats professionally that the best time to do retreats for people are April and October. April and October. By the time I had that conversation, it was February. So April of this year was not an option. So I had to do October. Now, my baby's birthday is in September. My birthday is in September. School, like there's a lot that's very close to October. April just makes more sense in my life. So that's why I did a reset to do April 2024 in Costa Rica. And then my intention is to do April every year thereafter. Okay, so then you can anticipate that. But I do want to reiterate, there are absolutely, because I'm seeing the person is coming from, there's no shade. There are absolutely no refunds whatsoever under any circumstances. Okay, just saying. All right, beautiful people. So I am going to wrap this up here. The baby's supposed to be asleep 5 minutes ago, and that is her crib. That's like back there. And this is Brooklyn. We got to share space. We got to make it happen. Y'all know this is Rogue Room. Y'all know that this is Rogue's room. I'm just in the corner. All right, so I got to go. I love y'all. Take advantage. I highly recommend early bird, double occupancy. We can pair you or bring a friend. Bring a friend, because there are enough people up in here who have friends who are struggling in love or need to pour into their relationships and show up as a better version of themselves so that they can bring out the better version of their partner as well. All right. All right, folks, as soon as this is readily available, I will email and text it to you if you're on my email and text list. So you'll get this in about an hour or so. And then I'm also going to upload it onto YouTube and then put that link in. So if you have a friend who couldn't join and she's asked you so many questions, she get on your nerves, after you done send her the website, send her this so she can listen to it. Bring a friend, take action. Let me be your coach so that you can get the results you desire. All right. All right, folks, it's been a pleasure. I'm so glad I could talk today. Love you guys. See you in Costa Rica.